I lay in my bed as that hour struck again. I had reached a time when the sun is no more, and all that is left is darkness. The hour of midnight had crept into my bedroom and found me lying awake, too fearful to sleep. I hadn't shaved, hadn't eaten. I was a wreck of a man, just an empty shell, as if the life had been sucked out of me. My world was like a blackboard, wiped clean. All that I knew yesterday was gone, and now I lived in today, a future I could not perceive, where the world does not end when man dies, that about me, maybe in this very room, at this very moment, unseen to me, the shadows, the spirits of the dead, ghosts. Maybe they writhed about me now, their bones, their bony hands touching my neck, cradling my head ready to snap it off. Could they take form and do me harm? Or would their fear alone race me into my deathbed? I heard their voices speaking words that made no sense and yet made my blood cold and hard. In my mind I had images of these things. Had I seen them whilst asleep? My mind attuned to such invisible things. I had become lost in a world that only I seemed to know. I had no way of knowing where dream, nightmare, and life separated. Indeed, I did not know which I was in at any one time. They seemed to blur into one existence. How can a man survive such a wretched existence? And my body had taken this form. It was twisted from the lack of food, my bones poking through my chest, my cheekbones sucked in from lack of fluid, my face with growth of hair, my clothes disheveled. What had I become? Why was I doing this? Was it me or them? Am I being manipulated by these disturbances? Are these ghosts merely forms, beings, or are they more? Are they what is felt in the air? Are they feelings and emotions, able to make a man stop eating and begin to die when he has no right to? I call out to you, answer me, show yourself towards me, make yourself known to me, so that I may not be scared of you, so that this may be over. It is I who is afraid of you, so show yourselves. Darling, why are you shouting? Came out from the room next to mine. It was my wife. What is the matter with you that you shout so? Are you trying to wake the dead? I did not laugh. This was no joke. But she did not see it, not like me. She couldn't see it like I. Go away, I shouted. Go away, let me alone. Well, I'm in here if you need me. But it was no reassurance to me that she was here or not, for my level of fear was still the same. I knew whence I slept. I would be awoken by these creatures, by these hobgoblins, by these things that terrorize my very life, that had taken over it and are devouring me from the inside out. And finally I did sleep. The hours must have rolled by, and then it struck 3 a.m., and with a sudden jolt, I awoke. It was dark. I tried to open my eyes, but could not. I was stuck. I knew I was awake. I was sure, but I could not move my body. not a muscle. Why was I being held down? I was not sure. It was as if I was bound to the bed. I tried again to open my eyes, but it was of no use. They, like my body, were no longer in my control. I could hear noises, like rats scratching around. Then I felt it touch my face. It was a strange sensation. I wanted to scream and shout, to call out to my wife, for now I wish I had her help. But I could not even scream. It touched me again. I felt its skin, all clammy, like wet leather. It moved away. Then I heard voices, quietly speaking. They said my name. They knew my name. Gerald Higgins, Gerald Higgins, Gerald Higgins, they went. I felt a cold shiver rise through my body. What was I to do? I was trapped at the mercy of these spirits. Then I fainted, or some such occurrence took place, for what in truth I do not know. All I know is I remembered nothing more of the incident. I related the whole incident early in the morning to my wife, but she would not answer me to her feelings. It was as if she didn't want to speak what she knew was true. I was left with one feeling that day. What had happened to me? When I spoke of it to my doctor in the morning, he told me maybe it had been sleep paralysis, and that I had been overdoing it. He gave me tablets to calm me down, but I knew what I had seen. I knew that it was real, and I knew that it knew my name, and the danger was only just beginning.